Hey YouTube, J-Minerrr here. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's going on in the crypto mining basement. I first wanted to remind you that J-Minerrr and the YouTube channel, we're giving away an NVIDIA Founders Edition 3060 Ti graphics card. We will be giving that away for our 500 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe, like a video, leave a comment. You're automatically entered to win that NVIDIA Founders Edition 3060 Ti graphics card. Now, I just wanted to start with my YouTube channel is not here to give you guys financial advice or anything like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys aren't going to jump out and jump off a bridge like I did and go buy as much mining equipment as I did. I know you guys are probably going to start off with maybe a small rig, maybe 4 or 6 cards, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Not everybody's going to jump out and buy a ton of cards like I did. Not many people are willing to overpay for the cards like I did. But either way, I told you I bring it to you every step of the way. I told you every step of the way I bring it to you. My trials, my tribulations, my downfalls, my successes. I will let you know how much income I am earning off of these rigs as well. We'll get to that shortly in a little bit here, a few more videos, because we got some more rigs to build. I want to get everything up and running before I start calculating exactly how much we are making money off these rigs though. So if you're just getting into mining, I hope my channel is going to be informative to you. Like I said, I'm learning myself. I was into the cryptocurrency, but I did just buy it myself. I bought Bitcoin, got Ethereum. I'm still holding, but I wasn't really into mining. I decided to get into mining and went ahead, did some research, probably what you guys are doing. Came across this video, probably searching on, on how to build a mining rig, taking a look at some videos, taking a look at what other people are doing building mining rigs, and that's exactly what I did and decided to get into it. So it was a little bit of trouble, my first rig build. I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. On YouTube, it looks really, really easy, and it is, particularly after you get a hang of it. But I'm not going to lie to you and say that you are not going to have problems on your first rig build, that there aren't going to be things that you are going to need to know how to troubleshoot. There are things that you're going to need to learn, such as BIOS on the motherboards and things like that. It's just little things, but once you learn those fundamental things, then you get up and running. It's pretty easy. But there are other things that you are going to come across, and like I said, I was going to bring it to you every step of the way. So the crypto mining basement is having a couple problems right now. So as of right now, the 3080 rig, it crashed on me a couple of times, so that was a little bit of a concern to me. And then the 3060 Ti rig as well was also having a problem. So I'll get to that here shortly. But first, let's take a look at the rigs themselves. So this is the rig that I'm talking about. I'll explain it. It's a 6x3080 rig. It's got 5 EVGA for the Win 3 edition cards. And then it also has Asus TUF 3080 back there as well. So that makes it 6x3080 rig. This particular, we're running Hive OS on both of these rigs here. And on this particular rig, we had it at about, we were getting about 98 mega hash on each of these cards before we encountered a problem. For our power supplies, we are running EVGA 1300 G2 power supplies. Are running for the motherboard, Asus Prime Z 390p motherboard. And as I said, we've got 5 EVGA for the Win 3 edition cards. And then we've also got Asus TUF 3080 back there. That Asus TUF back there, it does lag just a little bit behind the for the Win 3 edition cards. But I've also got one Silicon Lottery for the Win 3s that does lag a little bit in mega hash. We're losing a couple mega hash on that card. As I said, we're using 1300 watt EVGA gold power supplies. We're using the Asus Z390p motherboard. We're using an Intel C Celeron CPU. It's a 4930 CPU. And then we're using some XPG sticks of RAM back there. Alright, so, and then for the 3060 Ti rig, this one is it's 5 EVGA for the Win 3 edition 3060 Ti's. And then the 6th is the 3060 Ti XC. We've got a 1050 Cougar power supply and also another 1300 watt EVGA gold power supply over there. We got network switch up here for the rigs, and then we got our power supply. Both of these rigs off the wall are pulling about 2600, what's that, 2670? 2670, 2665, between 2665 and 2670 watts off the wall for both of these two rigs. All right, so to our problem that we were incurring. We had the rig was actually, it just rebooted once, and that like I said, caused a concern for me. This is the 3060 Ti rig that we are looking at right now. The 3060 Ti rig, each of those 3060s are getting about 60 mega hash each. I am actually running these on J-Minerrr now. I was running them before on J-Minerrr, but that seemed to have a little bit of play on my issue. And that's what I'm going to get to here. Now, the 3060 Ti rig, I had this in a more cool environment. I did have this rig out in my garage for a little bit of time before the 220 got installed. I did that so that they were separated on circuits from the 3080 rig because it was just too much electricity on my circuits on my house, and it would just blow the breaker right away. So that brings me to a point that if you are looking to get into mining and you are thinking about running multiple rigs, please look into if you have the capacity in your electrical panel to be able to run those rigs. You're most likely going to have to run 220. You're not going to be able to run, like I said, a 6x3080 rig and another rig on the same circuit in the same house. So that is something you are going to want to look into if you are thinking about running multiple rigs. Calculate out the wattage that your power supplies are going to pull. Don't forget to calculate in your motherboard, see what kind of circuit you got, and then kind of go from there. It's pretty easy to make that calculation to know how many watts each card is going to draw. Add up your motherboard, and then there you go. So back to our problem. Our problem may have lied in J-Minerrr, and that's what we were using. So that's why I switched both of the rigs from J-Minerrr to running J-Minerrr. Now, the overclock settings may have also played an issue in it. I believe that the overclock setting played more of an issue than the miner. I believe the miner itself did play an issue, but the overclocks were more. So what I like to do with my overclocks is I always like to record my overclocks if I ever change them, because I want to dial it in and see what works and see what mega hash I'm getting. And then I always want to get the best performance out of the rig. So what I usually do is, if I'm going to change my overclocks, I will write it down. I will change the overclocks in a very small increment. I'll let it run for 24 hours and make sure the rig is running stably, and then I will incrementally step it up. I do that for a reason, because as I said, I was having problems with the miner. The miner would run fine for about 4 hours, and then it would decide to crash. And every once in a while it crashes, you know, doesn't seem like a big problem, but anytime your miner is down, you're losing money. But if it keeps crashing and keeps crashing, it's just going to keep doing the same thing. As I said, I was getting some consistent time out of the miner before it would decide to crash, but like I said, it would crash, and that was a problem. So what I decided to do was I decided to kick the overclocks back on the rig. The overclock settings on the rig at first for the 3060 Ti was minus 200 on the core, 2200 on the memory, and 130 power limit on those. Those were running fine in the garage. I think I had more so of a heat issue with the 3060 rig. So being that those overclock settings were running okay on the 3060 Ti rig, I didn't really change those. I just decided that I was gonna go ahead and let it run just like that. But I did get some more air on it. I did change the fan, put the fan on it, got it a little bit closer to it, brought the temperature on the cards down a little bit, and now I'm going to let that run for 24 hours as well. So for the 3080 rig, for those overclocks. I had the core at -200, I had the memory at 2200, and I had the power limit at 230. And I believe that was my problem. I think I was stressing the memory a little hard, and I think it needed to incrementally step it up a little bit. So what I did was I recorded those numbers, what mega hash I was getting. I was getting about 98 mega hash on each card with those numbers. I recorded those numbers, and then I kicked the overclocks down a little bit. I went -200 on the core, 1800 on the memory, and I went 230 on the power limit. I only lost a couple of mega hash, and it didn't really make that much of a difference. I did also see more consistency in the cards. So for instance, that Asus Tough that was lagging behind a little bit, that actually picked up. And then that other card, that other Silicon Lottery card, that one actually picked up as well. So now they're all actually getting a consistent mega hash. So what that leads me to believe is that I'm dialing the cards in more. I think on these cards, you know, the memory was a little bit too high. Some people like to run it higher, 2600. But I think that I'm going to incrementally step it up, see where it goes. If the miner reboots and I have a problem, then I'll kind of kick it back from there, let it run 24 hours, and then try to step it up again. If it does that, then I'm going to actually just say, hey, that's a little bit too much. I'm going to leave the overclocks there. I'm good with losing a little mega hash to prolong the life of my cards. So, like I said, that's just me. I don't want to burn up the memory and then the cards are no good and then you're not making any money. So I'd rather, instead of stressing the card out like that, I'd rather just lose the few mega hash that I'm losing, and then I'd live with it. So one other thing is, after I had switched over from Phoenix Miner to the T-Rex Miner, like I said, I noticed consistency amongst the cards. So I don't know if that in particularly is the miner or what, but I did record my numbers. Like I said, every time I changed the overclocks, I let it run for 24 hours. Make sure I get 24 hours at least worth of stability out of the miner without it crashing or rebooting itself, and then I go from there. Like I said, I'm just learning, so this is my little philosophy of incremental step up in overclocks instead of pushing the cards and then your miner's crashing and then, you know, you're not making any money. As I said, for the 3060 Ti rig, I did not change the overclocks on that rig. I just got the fan a little bit closer on it, pushed some more air on it, and it seemed to do the trick. Also, I did notice more consistency out of the 3060 Ti rig. So that leads me to believe that it's actually the miner that has the cards running at a more consistent level as far as mega hash goes. So I think I'm going to stick with the T-Rex miner because that seems to be working the best. As I said, I like to dial the cards in, see what type of mega hash I'm getting out of them, and if that works, stick to it. If not, change it a little bit, see if I can get a little bit more efficiency out of the cards, and then I will obviously leave it there. I'm not gonna keep tweaking it. I'm gonna find that sweet spot, and then I'm gonna just leave it alone. All right, guys, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. As you guys can see on this one, I'm running Hive OS on these. I'm running T-Rex Miner, and I'm actually mining the Hive on. So J-Minerrr here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. As you can see, like I said, right now my overclocks, let it run for 24 hours. Make sure the miner doesn't crash. Just wanted to remind you guys, we are giving away that we are giving away that NVIDIA 3060 Ti graphics card for the 500 subscriber. So all you have to do to win is subscribe, like a video, leave a comment. You only got to do 3 things to enter to win, and then you're automatically entered to win. On the 500 subscriber, we are going to be giving away a Founders Edition NVIDIA 3060 Ti graphics card. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on how the rigs are running. Like I said, we're having some little minor issues. For the most part, everything's going pretty well. The miners are up and running. All the cards are going strong. Like I said, I don't want to stress my cards. I'd rather kick the overclocks back a little bit, lose a few mega hash, just to get that dial in on that 100% optimum setting for the cards. All cards are different. You can even buy 6 of the exact same cards, and one of the cards are going to maybe perform a little different. Like I said, that's just the Silicon Lottery, the luck you get with graphics cards. It is what it is. You're lucky to be able to even get some graphics cards right now. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. Alright guys, J-Minerrr here. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the crypto mining basement. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on the way out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.